Hey guys, SmashCast here, I'm AG and
PJ.
And today you're joining us for SmashCast Sundays, otherwise known as SCS. And today's topic is going to be
NFC and DLCs and also what it could mean for Smash.
So yeah, this is going to be a pretty big video, and if you didn't know, this is our third episode of the series, the first one being like roster cuts, second Q&A, and it's this one. So go check those ones out if you haven't seen them already. So what's your take on this?
So the figurines, I've seen some leaked photos or concept art from various channels showing off Nintendo's maybe new system, and it kind of looks like a gamepad, like from what I saw, and you basically pull out like the thumbstick and you slide in a figurine. So NFC, I think I think it's gonna be pretty cool. They mentions it's gonna be used for many other games, and other figures are compatible with like multiple games. So for example, Mario could be compatible with various games in his franchise. So yeah.
Yeah, I think the NFC would be pretty cool, because I've been wanting the NFC for like a long time. Like I've wanted Skylander, kind of Disney Infinity kind of thing, which I'm assuming you guys, well, maybe not all you guys know, but Skylanders, Activision came to Nintendo to be an exclusive for the system, which would have boosted the Wii U sales if they had done that. But no, they decided not to accept the thing because they wanted them to fund it and like have it like exclusive to the system and things like that. So if they had done that, Nintendo would have like made a whole ton of money. So now they're realizing their mistake and they're making this, and the fact that it will work with tons of different games, it's going to have really big impact. Mario Kart 8 could have maybe partially used it, but since we're not getting this till like Christmas time, which is really bad, because like honestly, if Nintendo really needs to like start getting things in order, because this the fact that the NFP will not be arriving till winter, they're gonna be, like not get as much sales, because if they had released it near E3 right when they announce it, then like a few months after, everyone would buy it, because then it's like a great gimmick for the system and it could really work. But having it wait a whole another year, and they flopped in 2012 badly with the Wii U, 2013 not as bad but still pretty bad, 2014 better games, but if they have that winter release date, it really sucks. But what type of figurines, and where do you think we would be able to buy this?
So where to find these? I think probably you would find them at Toys R Us. Yeah. Like the Disney Infinity figurines, along with the Skylanders things. So yeah, like, and other toy stores.
Yeah, pretty much toy stores, and then I guess like GameStops are disappearing. So, well, I don't think EB Games is disappearing. So we'll find some in EB Games. GameStop, for whichever number of ones are still open, I'm assuming people will still sell that. So, but yeah, okay, for the figurines, like what I don't know, what limit could we see here? It's like the games, of course. There's like, we could use it for a ton of games, like Smash Brothers, of course, being one. What other games would be able to use this?
Basically, unlockable characters. So, maybe if they use the same concept with Donkey Kong Country in the next game, they could use it for that. Mario
That's a smart idea.
Yeah, Mario Kart 8. Nintendo could make a new franchise, because weren't they mentioning a new franchise, and did that ever get revealed? No,
they're still working on it.
So maybe this could be incorporated into that.
Yeah.
And yeah.
But I'm assuming you guys already know this, because if you have a Wii U, you'll know there's like a sign where it's like NFC control, where like Pokemon Rumble failed, but they tried to add it, that you could just stick the character on there and it'll show up. So there is NFC already built into the Wii U gamepad. So Yeah, and for those of you who don't know, the 3DS also will get like some special like thing where it will be able to wirelessly connect or something. So the 3DS won't be left out.
Something I wanted to add is that Nintendo announced that there's going to be no new hardware at E3. What do you think about that for this whole situation?
Well, it's actually a good thing because people, it's only for people like Michael Pact or any like dumbass game analysts that say like the Wii U's gonna die and they need to introduce a new console. Or if they do that, they're like Sega. They're gonna like they're not going to support a product, and it's only been since 2012, and 2012 it was practically not even known till like 2013 it started picking up speed. So if they introduced a hardware, it would be bad, but I guess we could have seen maybe like the NFC, which should have been happening there, but it sucks that we didn't get to see that.
Agreed.
But I think that these NFC, like, we're tying this into because we're also going to have DLCs in Smash Brothers. This would be like, if we got, like, special characters, especially third-party characters, that would really boost the sales for the actual characters, because third-parties characters for Smash Brothers would sell more than the NFCs probably for regular characters, like their first party. Because you don't really get those in a game, and it's kind of like having a hard copy DLC. Because instead of having like a regular DLC, it's just pretty much having like actual legit stuff. So, like, even if Smash Brothers doesn't get DLC, which I feel like I really wanted it, but now I'm getting really sketchy about it. What do you think? Like, I feel like they should have announced it already.
Brawl's flop in online was just such a failure. You know, I don't even know if they want to go that far.
Yeah, the NFC would have been perfect, but the best thing ever would be if what's it called? If the NFCs got revealed while Smash Brothers release came out for the Wii U, and then the 3DS one would happen to like come out like practically like half a year afterwards. So. But yeah, if it came out, like, it would be the perfect time to show off the NFC, because no developer is going to use the NFC more if Nintendo just shows it off, but they make it available, right? But they need some game to publish it on, and Smash Brothers is that perfect one, so I would buy every single NFC figurine just to get it, because that would be just so cool.
Yep.
But what's this thing about like the game A and game B and game C? Is this just like it just connects to a ton of different games, right?
Probably.
Yeah. I think it's just saying that the one NFC controller can connect to different ones here. If I look at the pictures though, that one's like Super Mario Bros. U, so it should connect to actual previous games. That's apparently what they want to do. 3D World. One game I can't tell. I'm just gonna guess it's Mario Kart 8. So I guess the NFPs will be connecting through NFC to the gamepad, even with older games. So that's interesting.
Yeah. So which would mean Nintendo has been working on this for quite a while. And also on each figurine, I'm sure there would be a little label that would say compatible with, and then for example if it was a Mario figurine, Mario Kart 8, and then other Mario games.
Yeah, I'll probably say like which ones it's compatible with. Now the one thing I'm really scared about this is that what do you think? Do you think that Nintendo might get a patent infringement? Because they're known for getting like sued by so many companies, even if they didn't take something from them. They really want to scam. So
yeah, this thing might get kind of sketchy with Skylanders or Disney Infinity.
Yeah, Nintendo really needs to make sure that they don't infringe on any patent stuff, and if it does, then they're going to be screwed, so they really need to be careful on how they design this. Now, do you think, do you have any idea for like an IP currently that, other than Smash Brothers, because we already said that could use these NFPs?
Well, Mario games. As I said, Um, as I said, Donkey Kong Country and the sequel to that, and then
Hey guys, SmashCast here.
probably
And today PJ was not able to join us, so I'm going to have to do the Smash podcast alone. Now,
I don't know.
I'd like to talk about because I remember
It's hard.
Miyamoto said that he's working on something. He's going to be showing at E3. Nintendo said they're going to show off like a ton of gamepad features, like kind of like remember what they did at Gamescom or whatever that thing in Europe is, and they showed off a ton that really bad game. Minis on the move kind of thingy with Mario versus Donkey Kong.
I was really scared.
Like it was just a concept thing, and they're probably going to be showing more things like that at E3, and he's probably going to end up tying this into NFC, the NFC NFPs, and if they do that, he could show off like a ton of different things, and we're going to see what games could work with this, because I honestly think that even though they only make one Mario Kart per system, this would be a perfect thing for like making a separate game for Mario Kart, because like you could have a separate game and it would just be a really small game, not as widely expansive as Mario Kart 8, which has been working on for 6 cheesing years. That's like craziness.
Has it actually?
Yeah,
I
it's been,
haven't heard that.
It was apparently like 6 years in the making that it's been taking them to make this. So if they just made a mini version, not like as expansive as that one, then specifically just for the NFCs, then you could have like the blue spinny shell, you put it on, and then you have to take it, then the NFC can only stay on for so long, and then you have to wait for a recharge or something.
Yep.
It like even if they rip off like the arcade, what's it called, the Mario Kart from the arcades, like I don't know, SP, whatever it's called, GX with the Pac-Man.
Mario Kart arcade GPSP, whatever.
Yeah, GX or something. That's really cool. It's like Pac-Man and like all these different crazy characters, especially Japanese, because they had those in Europe. I don't think there's a lot in like North America though. But those would be perfect. Like they could just grab that game and just stick it on, and then add NFP compatibility, and then the NFC just does everything. But yeah, like. Yeah, they could really just make separate games that only are dedicated to these NFPs. So I think I'm really excited to see what they do, but I really hope that they don't screw this thing up and nothing. And I hope that developers see what they could do with this, and there's going to be some really cool features that should be added with games.
And in my opinion, I think we're expecting a new handheld from Nintendo next year.
Most likely. Even though it could be a 2DS XL.
My gosh, like literally there's been like, okay, Nintendo DS, Nintendo DS Lite, Nintendo DSi, Nintendo DSi XL, and in Japan, Nintendo DSi LL, 3DS, 3DS XL, 3DS LL in Japan, 2DS. Like it goes on forever.
Yeah, they're probably gonna make it XL for the 2DS. Oh, but I just saw
it's
this
huge
picture.
already.
I saw this picture already for just now about the NFC control on the Wii U gamepad. Apparently, you know the NFC figure like kind of picture on it. It's an NFC reader, but it also writes. So, you know what this could mean for Smash Brothers? Remember how Sakurai said that you could transfer characters between 3DS and Wii U, and they're going to be custom characters? Well, that could be Mii's, but you could also write characters. So if this was in Smash Brothers, you could write your own like custom character. That would be amazing. And then
that'd be really cool.
It would just be like a blank NFC. It would just have like a figurine. It would look much like an assist trophy, except without like the big stand. Dude, man, that would look perfectly. The actual NFPs for Smash Brothers would be assist trophies. They'd look like assist trophies.
Oh yeah,
that would work perfectly. And then the blank one where there's just the assist trophy item, which would be the one that you can just make your own character on. That would be perfect.
And my idea, if they implemented the NFC or NFP, whatever, into Smash Bros, it would be harder to unlock the characters, but you could go buy a figurine and you could unlock them by obviously fighting the character.
Yeah, that would be a really good way to scam off people money, but they would pay for it anyways, because that would be a really good idea. You don't
But
have
the
enough
characters
time.
would have to be a lot harder to unlock.
Yeah, like all the characters in like the story mode or something would be hard to unlock, and then for that reason, you'd have to go buy out. If you're not good enough, you just go buy it at a store. You waste like $10 or something on a figurine, then you got the character. It's like it would make a lot of money for Nintendo, and that would be quite an interesting idea.
True. And for Smash Bros, a little off topic here, we haven't seen what the 3DS has Smash Run. What's the Wii U gonna have?
It doesn't have anything. It's because everyone's buying the Wii U one. They want people to buy the 3DS one, because then if they buy the 3DS one because of Smash Brothers, then they're gonna buy the Wii U one too, because it's gonna be HD and be the better one, because there's gonna be less lag and stuff. But yeah, you would like. Also, the NFCs could work also for like Pokemon, like I don't know, for like remember the Pokemon Sapphire and Ruby, their Omega and Alpha could technically maybe get NFC controllers because they release at the end of the year or something.
Yep.
Okay, now what about DLCs? Like DLC is like, we feel that it should have been announced already if there is going to be DLCs, but like it's a really hard thing because I want DLCs. Everyone wants DLCs. It would be perfect. They could make money off getting DLCs. Don't have to, because 3DS has the limit of characters. You just add DLCs, and then they have to use the SD card for the DLC, and then they get more storage for the game, and then you don't have to worry about the storage on the 3DS. I think that would be a really good idea.
Yeah, that would be really cool. I think so.
So what other for DLCs? It's like I don't see that Smash Brothers isn't really like a game that you could give away DLCs for stages. And do you?
I don't know what people are talking about when they're saying add DLC for stages. I don't think so. Like,
yeah, I don't really. Smash Brothers isn't like. It's not like Mario Kart or something where you want a DLC for stages, so it's not like the best of ideas. So probably stay away from stages. Characters, of course, we talked about that with the NFC. Totally should work.
So if they were to add DLCs, I would say a new character. Oh, I see what people mean now. Yeah. A new character, their stage, and their music.
So
that's where people are getting the stages from.
Well, I get what you mean. Like, it could be like one of those pack things where you get the character, then you get like a stage plus the music in the stage, and then you could get like maybe like special items that come with the DLCs that are themed with that one character you had just bought.
Yep.
That would work. That would be pretty interesting. Then what else? We have stages. Maybe like the DLC to make custom stages.
Yeah, that'd be pretty cool.
Because in the direct, there was, I can't remember what it was, but they said they're gonna discuss they were gonna discuss something, and they had the music. They had the music stage thingy where you could change the music for stages and make it how frequent it happens and stuff. So that was kind of like went along with the custom stage. So I feel like because they have the music thing back, I feel like custom stages won't go away. And plus, custom stages were, it was a good gimmick, but it was like something that no one really used. But with this Smash Brothers, it could really work, because there could be like because Final Destination places, right? So you can remove everything and make it all like an actual tournament. Because then places that host tournaments could have like a custom stage, and then have certain platforms that I don't know, that work good for every character or something. But yeah, I think that would have been good.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
What else? Like, music and stage is not really sold separately, more in a pack. But I don't think there's anything else that could get DLC, do you?
Nope. I don't think so.
Yeah, mainly just like characters you can buy, but that would be cheaper, and then you can buy the tiny bit more expensive packs with items, stages, and music and character, which is a really good deal.
Yep. Referring back to what we said about Mii's, how you can change the height and weight of them? Would that make them, for example, bulky like Bowser and then small like Mario?
Yeah, they can do that because I'm pretty sure you already know this, but in Mario Kart 8, depending on the weight, how fat you made your character, they'll transition from the light, medium to heavy. So
Yep, I knew that.
Things like that. So we could totally see this. Hey guys,
same thing in Mario Kart Wii. So when they first introduced Mii's into the game.
Yeah. Mii's are like in every game now, so
just like Rosalina. But why?
Yeah. Now, what does this all mean? But also, like Sakurai said that we're gonna get characters that are gonna be able to transfer from 3DS to Wii U, and they're gonna be custom. So Mii's are definitely confirmed at this point, unless there's like a custom character, which would be dumb because Mii's are a lot better than making your own character. Yep. Probably. I guess. This is for jokes, because this isn't gonna actually happen, but they could have DLCs and they make a ton of money off of it, selling the Mii character, but instead of having a Mii, it would be like looking like the Mii character, but have actual stats and have actual moves that are different from the Mii's. It would be play as Sakurai and Reggie, or Reggie Omek.
That'd be pretty funny.
Or Iwata, man. That would be funny, because people want like to play as these guys, but with the Mii's they can do that. But what if like they have the DLCs and then they have like play as these characters, and people will buy it just for the lols? It would be like so funny.
True. Yeah. And just one more thing about the Mii's. They're definitely confirmed. Cause E3, let me just check the exact day. Tomodachi Life is going to be released June 6th, and E3 is apparently the website doesn't want to load, but apparently it's something around like June 7th to 9th. So yeah.
Yeah, I just have one thing. I see this I'm reading this article right now. I think it's on GameSpot. It's that will DLCs ruin Smash Brothers? Now, I haven't read the article yet because it's just loading, but like I guess that like okay, this is what the guy says. Rayan Shazam. One of my favorite things about Smash Brothers is the ability to unlock characters by completing specific tasks. There was nothing better than a new challenger approaches screen. With Brawl, they made all the characters unlockable through Subspace Missionary, and that was a turn off for me. With Nintendo now supporting DLC, do you think they'll lock half the characters and sell them at a later date? Or will they stay away from this and give us the whole roster on the disc? I hope they don't take away the characters and sell them later on. Does anyone think this will happen? I hope Nintendo will not screw us over. Now, the one thing that I have to say, like, I am totally fine, like, if you have, like, you don't have to get them there, and you can just buy the DLCs for the characters, or have both. You don't have, like we said before, just get them in the game, but they're so hard that only expert players can get them if you want to be some master completionist, but you can buy them if you want. But I really think that the only thing that if DLCs do come into Smash Brothers will ruin is the online.
Oh, definitely. I 100% agree.
Because what if there's that one OP character that's like the next gen Meta Knight, and that one guy bought the DLC where everyone didn't, and then he's just like, damn dude, I'm Lloyd Irving and I got my elemental sword and I'm the next gen Meta Knight. So it could potentially ruin Smash Brothers, and Sakurai really is trying to stay away from balancing everything. He's trying to balance everything, and he's trying to stay away from getting characters too OP, and trying to keep all items to a fair level. And we're seeing the same thing in Mario Kart 8. MK8 has like the most legit item selection. Unlike Smash Brothers, you can't change every item to turn on or off. You can turn on a certain set of items, but they only do that because otherwise you could turn off all weak items and have only that one OP item that screws everyone over. So it's just that one thing where Sakurai might not add DLCs because he really against screwing Smash Brothers. So I think that it's weird. I don't know.
This is just, I'm sure it would be really horrible to him if people really didn't end up liking the game. And also, you know, he said the last Smash Bros, which was Brawl, obviously, was the worst one in his opinion. So he's obviously learned from that, and he's trying to change it up. And, you know, maybe he removes some Star Fox characters because they weren't irrelevant, because Falco, I think, should have been announced by now. But, you know, whatever.
Yeah, just one thing I want to point out is that, what's it called, for the, it's kind of ruining Smash Brothers. Sakurai actually had a say in this. IGN apparently interviewed him, and he was talking about DLCs, and he asked, "What do you think about DLCs, Masahiro Sakurai?" And this is what he responds: "At the current time, we have no plans. I consider my job at this point and my main responsibility to make the Wii U and 3DS versions the best and the fullest experience possible. Now, once that is finished, it's the type of thing we could take into consideration, but for now, you could consider DLC as not being one of those cards." Now, like, the NFC and DLC, like, it could happen, and he's saying that if after he releases the games, he could potentially make them come out later, kind of like with Pikmin. The game came out, and then half a year later or something, DLC started coming out. But what do you think? Sakurai's saying that it's not like a super big high on his priorities. So do you think we're gonna see this at all now?
Depends. It really depends on, you know, like, from my point of view, it would be, I would have a goal. Is the game gonna sell X amount of copies? And if it reaches X amount of copies, you know, DLC start pumping out, right? You know, it's one of those things that are questionable.
Yeah, because I was really pumped for DLC until I read these two articles, because now it could I really see this as a potential for NFC and DLC ruining it, because the cheapness and stuff. And since Sakurai's not having it high on his list, there's a really small possibility that we're gonna see this, but I don't know, like, I'm getting sketchy to the point that I might not even want this, just because Sakurai hasn't been thinking of this as a very major thing, and the possibility of ruining Smash Brothers, he probably knows this, and if the guy developing it doesn't think DLC might be the really big high priority, then it may not even be a good thing for Smash Brothers. So I don't know.
Yeah, maybe.
It all comes down to money. If Nintendo makes him want, if Nintendo makes him like be a money hustler and stuff, you know, like, then he'll like get the DLCs and rip everyone off of their money, which I would have no problem with. But it all really comes down to whether or not Nintendo and Sakurai want to risk the game for money.
Mm-hmm.
So any final thoughts?
I just wanted to add something before my final thoughts. Nintendo, I think, is a generation behind, personally, because of DLCs. You know, Sony and Microsoft release these all the time for a whole bunch of different games, and I just think Nintendo needs to get with the program. So, final thoughts. I think the NFC would be really good for Smash Bros. And a bunch of other IPs. DLCs for Smash Bros. And Nintendo starting to add them, I think would be good. But again, once you said about those articles, not really sure. And yeah, go ahead.
So yeah, for me, about the same thing. NFC, the NFC compatibility with the NFPs will be great for tons of different games, but then to the limited use with the DLCs and the NFPs, to not ruin Smash Brothers, and it all just comes down to money and whether or not this happens. And sketchy of whether or not we should have this. Most likely, I'm starting to think DLCs may not be the best way to go. So anyways, guys, this has been SmashCast Sunday, and thanks for watching this whole 30 minutes. And we really hope you enjoyed it. Leave any comments you have about any of these topics in the comment section down below, and we'll see you in the next vid. Peace.